All right, everybody. I'm Alan Warren, the Lone Star Sportsman. Welcome back. In this segment, we're going to talk about something called package hunts. Package hunts are something that have come around probably in the last 25 or 30 years. They're becoming more and more popular nowadays. Back when I was a kid, the way you hunted was you got a deer lease, and then you spent many weekends before hunting season going down to the lease and positioning your blinds and tree stands and planning out your trip. But now with time being so valuable and people being so busy, these package hunts have popped up everywhere. So, I have a hunting operation down in Dilley, Texas. You hear me talk about it all the time, called Great Texas Hunts. And that's what we do. We sell package hunts. The kind of people that buy package hunts are the kind of folks who don't have the time or the resource or the interest, the desire, if you will, to go out and just spend weekend after weekend sweating, working. They don't have the time to go out and put in like you would 30 years ago. So these package hunts are very popular. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to tell you how to make your package hunt more enjoyable, make the experience better for you. So anyway, if you've been on a package hunt, hopefully you'll also learn something in this segment. The first thing you do, when you go on a family vacation, what do? When do you plan that family vacation? Do you plan it like 2 weeks ahead of time, 3 weeks ahead of time? No. If you want to go on a cruise, for example, you plan it 6 months ahead of time or a year ahead of time. If you're going to go to Disney World, you don't wait till a month before you go and then go, hey, we're going to go over to Disney World and just kind of figure it out as we go along. The same thing holds true with a package hunt. If you want the very best enjoyment, the best pricing, the best dates, don't wait. Book your hunt early. Book it soon. In fact, you can book it even a year in advance. There's so many benefits to booking early on a package hunt. You get your choice of dates. You can usually reserve those dates with a very minimal deposit. Oftentimes you get a special deal. We allow people to bring a non-hunting guest for free. And then the other thing is sort of the anticipation, if you will, of the enjoyment of the hunt. You're planning, you're thinking, you're on the internet, you're doing all your research. So that's a whole lot of fun. So plan your trip early. Don't wait till the last minute, and do your homework and read. I can't tell you how many people I get that call us up, that send me emails. The only way you can get my email address is go to greattexashunts.com, and they'll go right over and they'll say contact. They'll say, tell me about your hunts. And I'm thinking, did you not see the tab? Can you not click on the tab and read it on your own? Where are you located? There's a little button right next to that one that says the location of Great Texas Hunts. So do your homework, read, study, and don't jump right into something. Get ahead of the game. The second thing is have your head on right. You need to manage your expectations. You are hunting and not shopping. I have had so many people that have never been on a package hunt before. They show up and they think that it's going to be like going to the mall, looking at TV sets. Well, I'll take that one over there. No, I'm not kidding. Now, they'll never say that, but they show that when they're hunting. They'll sit in a deer blind and they'll see a nice deer. You're sitting with them and say, let's see some more. Let's see some more. The deer aren't there to entertain you. They are just doing what they do. So, have your head on right. This is hunting. It's not shopping. It's hunting. And so, as we say that if you would be happy with that animal on the last day of your hunt, you might want to think about shooting on the first day of your hunt if you happen to see it. Otherwise, you'll be kicking yourself in the hiney, for the entire season because that deer may not show up. The next thing, this is really important, is don't guide your guide.
What do you mean by that?
Well, so many times people are sitting in a deer blind, the guide's sitting next to them. Well, why are we sitting here? Why don't we go over there? Can we do this? Can we do that? The guide has a reason why he is putting you and sitting with you in that spot. You may not understand the reason, but don't guide the guide. It does a couple of things. It throws him off balance, and he's going, I work for tips, and that's my next thing is tipping. But guides, they get paid for performance, not for effort, for performance. They want to hustle. Yeah, they want results, and the result hopefully is in a nice deer or whatever you're going after. But they want a nice experience. There's a reason the guide does what the guide does. Now, not all guides are good. Not all guides are super guides. Seriously. No. Some people just drive you around in a Jeep. They call themselves a guide. But don't guide the guide. Now, tipping. Here's the thing that for me, even as a world traveler, tipping is a difficult subject for me. It's because I go someplace. How much do you tip people? I mean, there's 5 people or 12 people involved, or 2, and who gets what and how much and when. It's very uncomfortable. You have to tip something. I mean, you don't have to, but if you're,
a decent person would, yes.
And so, in general, what I suggest is a tip of minimum 10% of the cost of the hunt. Minimum.
So start there.
Start there, and generally 15 to 20% of the cost of the hunt. Let me give you an example. We've got $3,500 hunts, whitetail hunts, trophy whitetail hunts down in Dilley. And I suggest people bring $500 in cash. Okay?
Yes.
And you don't have to leave it all.
No.
You may want to leave it all and then some.
Yeah.
That's our hope. That's the guide's hope. Guides work their tails off. They're the first ones up. They're the last ones to bed. They're the ones that clean the gutting shed and clean your animals and clean the truck and have to have their happy face on at 5 o'clock in the morning the next day, every single day. And so you wouldn't go to a restaurant and not tip a waitress. Don't go to a hunting ranch and not tip your guide. But here's something that I think is really cool and people are doing nowadays. Let's just say, once again, you got $500 you're going to tip. Don't tip at the end of your hunt.
Really?
When you get there and you meet your guide and you're settled in and you get started and you're heading out, pull out a $100 bill.
Kind of grease the pumps.
Absolutely. Yeah. And because the guide never knows. Sometimes the guide goes, this guy's going to tip me a lot, and then he walks. And sometimes you don't know. If you hand the guide a $100 bill and say, listen, I know that you are here to work. I appreciate your effort, and let's go have a good time. This is just to get us started.
There's more where this came from.
You will see a level of hustle that you will not normally see in somebody. And so tip them a little bit along the way, maybe the first day, halfway through the hunt, and you will make an impression on that guide, and he'll work his tail off for you.
And if there's more people on the hunt around you, he's going to pay more attention to you, isn't he?
Well, exactly. And then the people around you, they'll get it.
Yeah,
light bulbs going to go, maybe I need to start tipping too.
Works.
But the other thing is, after the hunt is over, and this is something that most people don't do, it's gratitude. And if any guides are listening, if you want to make more money, you want to make more tips, you want to have more return customers, send a thank you note.
Simple.
Duh.
Simple.
I mean, it's so easy to do. It does take a minute to do, but you build relationships while you're hunting. You're not there to shoot a 12-point buck. You may think you are, but you're there really to have the experience. And that leads me to something else. One other thing, and we're going to start wrapping this segment up. If you want to have a great hunting experience, in my view, the number one thing that you don't want to take with you, what do you think?
Cell phone.
Well, that would be a good one. That would be a good one.
Okay.
Don't take a tape measure with you.
Never.
You will screw it up. More hunts have been messed up by a tape measure than anything else.
Amen.
If you see an animal that you like, it's a good shot, and you can make a clean, ethical kill on that animal, who cares what it scores?
Exactly.
It's about the experience, who you're with, where you are, what was going on. The kill is a little tiny part of it, and the measurement of that kill will ruin it faster than anything. Amen. So anyway, I hope some of these tips made sense.
They did.
And as we get closer to hunting season, we hope that you will consider hunting with us down at Great Texas Hunts. Our hunts start out at $250 for a little afternoon meat hunt, and we've got some gigantic South Texas trophy bucks as well, so everything in between. You can get more information at greattexashunts.com. And over the coming weeks, we'll be talking more and more about it. All right.
Can't wait next.
After the break, we have
a
lady hunting guide that I met up at Big Chief RV Resort, and this gal is super cool. Y'all stick around. We'll be right back.